we are going now to the data view. This is an example I had done. So when it comes to the data view, now your variables are defined. The variables are now defined. They have come here. Now, here you have to come and fill. Some people have already filled maybe in an Excel. For example, you may have like 12 people who returned. It depends. They can be in order or not even in order. The people who have returned the questionnaires. You can have even 12 or something like that. Okay, so when it comes to age, someone can put, for example, they are teenagers. So maybe we could have 18, we could have 14, we could have, I'm told 20 could also be teenagers. We have 19, 21, we have 19, we have 13, we have 16, we have 17, we have 15. We have 15, and then we have 14, and 19, and 18. So probably that is it. Then for the level of education, remember we had said the level of education will either be A1, 2, 3, or 4. So that one we have not actually defined it here. So when you look at here, we didn't define it. Level of education, here it is. It's defined. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you come to the data view, you can come here and you can just put, depending on what the questionnaires came looking like. So assuming that is the questionnaires, you just feed in directly from the questionnaire. If you are doing a research with 20 people or 11 people, it doesn't matter. You put the questionnaires the way you feel like, the way they've come. Marital status, we'd said you are either 1, 2, or 3. So you could have 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. I mean, imagine if that is after the questionnaires are being submitted back. Number of children, I could have 2, 4, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 2, 4, 1. So that's how you input it. Gender, we said it's either male or female, whatever. We said no, we could have we define them into 2. So you could have 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. So you realize that maybe most of them will identify maybe as male or whatever. So now that you've filled it like this, assuming you've received 12 responses of the questionnaires that you are doing. I know mostly it with a lot of data, and that's why this comes in handy. We can have as many as all these variables, very many, even 30 variables, as long as you have defined each variable. And then you come to your questionnaires, now you'll be feeding them, depending on the responses that you get. So once you've filled all the variable, it doesn't matter how many they are. These variables can be so many. So you can put your variables. So when you put your variables now, and you define them, you come to the data view and fill what the questionnaires have. Now, this is how the data view looks like. In summary, I've said the data view, when you are done with the variable view, it will feed directly to the data view. So the variables will be defined and they shall be arranged on the top here. Now, from the responses you got, for example, I don't want to have a repetition because we may have having a lot of data. Oops, sorry. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is it. Now, this is how your data looks like. But this data, you can actually come to this. It's called values label. You click value labels, you can click it and see. This is how it looks like now. This is how your data looks like. Before you go to any analysis, this is how your data looks like. This one will be hidden. But now, as long as you had labeled your values, because we labeled level of education and we labeled marital status. The only thing we did actually not label was age and the number of children. So the rest were labeled. So that's why when you come here, you're able to see response one was 18 years, they have no formal education, they are single, they have two children, they identified as female. Response two is 14 years, they have secondary education, they are married, they have four children, they identified as female. You can be able to see all that. Response three is 20 years, post secondary education, is married, has two children. You can be able to see maybe response six is 13 years, has secondary education. I know maybe within the questionnaire, there are so many other things that have been asked. So they are divorced or separated. They have three children. They are female. So it depends with what the respondents have answered. So you feed directly from the questionnaires or the responses that you get. So before you do analysis, you come to the value labels here, as we've said, and you will click now to see. Because when you feed the data, it will just be as blank as this. But you need to come to these value labels and see how your data is looking like.